Hi, I'm Greg Young, and I teach clarinet and music composition and undergraduate research at Montana State University, and have been doing so since 1988 with about 21 years of part-time and full-time administrative work, including vice provost and assistant dean and department head a couple times. But I love teaching the undergraduate research course the most. It all started in '91 when an architecture professor asked me, "Have you heard that quote, 'Architecture is frozen music'?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I have." And I think it's Frank Lloyd Wright, and he agreed, but we were both wrong. It was Goethe. And we started talking a little bit about the correlations between music and architecture, and we were quite surprised at what we were discovering. And then we taught a course, an interdisciplinary research seminar, with 8 architecture students and 8 music students. And some of their work got published in an MIT journal. And then a few years later, I did a similar course with an economics professor, and we had a lot of fun, and we took the students to London. The course was called London and the Lakes, Music and Economics from Handel to McCartney. And about 20 students, and we had a great time with all kinds of different projects. And we were fairly flexible, when someone's research guided them. One student, who was a female, her research guided her to the fact that the Vienna Philharmonic didn't allow women until very recently. And she was just stunned by that. And so we let her go ahead and research that whole economic aspect of music. And then we taught another course 3 years later, music and economics, in Salzburg, Vienna, and Munich. And then a few years later, music and the brain. And then I realized, we could do seminars with almost any other subject and music. And so in the Arts and Humanities Institutes, I've often asked faculty members if they could envision a seminar involving 2 different disciplines. And it got so easy, I started to do the opposite. I asked them if there's any 2 disciplines you couldn't imagine a seminar, interdisciplinary research seminar for undergraduates. And so it's been a lot of fun. Now, at the 2010 NCUR, that was when the Icelandic volcano happened, and a colleague from England got stuck in Missoula for 10 days. And so we hatched the British Conference on Undergraduate Research. I had been the president of the board of governors of NCUR, and so I gave him all the materials or the sort of templates to start the British Conference, and that's been quite successful. I was also on a team that orchestrated the merger with a grant from the Lancey Foundation, the merger of CUR and NCUR. And if you want to read all about that, there's an article in the CUR Quarterly back about 10 years ago, looking back after the merger. And but the latest thing I've been involved in is a Routledge Press undergraduate research series. It started with my capstone course, and then we found there was no textbook for undergraduate research in music, so the class and I wrote one. And it was the first in a series. Now we have about 6 books and about 6 more on the way. And I hope you can look those up, Routledge Press or Taylor and Francis. Undergraduate research in music, then dance, then art, then film, theater, history, and architecture are both coming out this year. But I think what I love, and I'd like to leave you with this, what I love about teaching the undergraduate research course is that we discover new things all the time with the students, and to see the lights go on and them get passionate about a subject. And I just think it's wonderful. It's never the same twice, so I never get bored, and I hope to keep doing it. Probably won't retire because it's so much fun. And I think it's good for their integrating learning, discovery, and engagement, and their creativity and inspiration going into the future. And so I'm very happy to be a member of the Arts and Humanities Division at CUR, And I'm very appreciative of this award to recognize the mentoring work. Thank you. Enjoy.